Welcome in, guys. In today's video, we're going to talk about that stock market bottom. That's right. I believe that the market is hitting close to the bottom. We don't know if it's going to be the bottom. It is, of course, all speculation. But we're going to go over an interview that was on Charles Payne today, talking with two individuals talking about their thoughts and opinion about a possible market bottom. One believes that it's possibly not there yet. Could be further down the road, and the other one believes it's like right now, like here in the next few weeks. So they're deploying cash heavily. So hope you're all ready for today's video. If you are, smash thumbs up, leave a comment down below. All right, so let's go take a look at this interview here, and we'll stop and make comments as we listen to this here. Let me make my box there. All right, so here we go. So this title is investing in the stock market. Investing in the stock market. Is it time to get more aggressive? And this is a fantastic, actually, let me get the volume up here. I think there we go. Okay. And let's start it over. There we go.
Breaking news, folks. Someone broke away from the herd. City strategists are saying buy the dip. That's right. They noted that their bear market checklist, only 6 of 18 potential red flags have flown, I guess, versus 17.5 in that 2000 to 2003 sell-off and 13 during the global financial crisis. Now, they surmise there's a chance of what they call a healthy 12-month gain of 31%. I think we'd all take that. Joining me now, the CFO of Main Street Asset Management, Aaron Gibbs, along with the COO of Entrepreneur Shares, Eva Ados. And Aaron, you've been nibbling a little bit, but you also listened to your clients.
Yep.
They were really nervous, so you guys have been relatively cautious, and you've been picking your spots. Is it almost time to get a little bit more aggressive?
Look, I'm certainly hopeful.
Has anyone called you and said, let's get more aggressive?
No one is asking me to be more aggressive right now. There's still a lot of fear out there, and we haven't.
So I want to touch base here on Aaron. She is listening to her customers, and as right now, us as retail and possible customers, we're a little still bearish in the market. A lot of people still very bearish, and they're scared to invest right now. A lot of people want to wait to see the Fed make a turn. A lot of people want to make sure that the market's already up another 10 or 15% and then invest. A lot of people feel safe to already wait for the proven concept, and they're willing to lose that initial 10 to 20% gains, if not 50% gains, to see the market rally, then buy in as it's rallying. So we're going to listen to what she says here.
Seen a lot of robust buying, so certainly I think if you're willing to be riskier, this might be that chance. But really, we've only had like 3 days of calm, so I'm not taking that as a full-on trend just yet. I'm hopeful, but I'm still on the sidelines.
You also even became a little bit more cautious, right?
We did. We were holding a significant amount of cash before, but now we have redeployed it significantly, opportunistically, and we're
right there. They were holding. This is Eva Ados. She's an Entrepreneur Shares COO. She just said there in her first sentence, guys, they were holding a lot of cash, but they redeployed it into the market. They are buying the dip on a lot of these great stocks.
Getting into the markets in a big way starting this week. We think we're approaching a bottom. If we're not at the bottom, we're close to it.
You're close enough that it's okay if you're early.
Exactly. And the markets will end the year much higher. We're tracking significant changes in the advanced decline volume, and our signals show that we're close to the bottom.
So there she's talking about the advanced and how it's going to be. Her signal is showing that it is close to a bottom. So they're willing to take the risk and buy these companies at these huge discounted prices, because if they drop more, what she's saying is she's going to buy the dip. And like I said, I just don't see how much more this stuff could go down. This stuff is already way oversold. It still can go down. Anything can happen. But I have to agree with her a lot that I think we are getting close to a market bottom. And I think after we get these next couple CPI datas and inflation slowly starts to come down, I think the Fed can slowly back off and let the economy take over and fix itself.
What do you like? I mean, not to digress too much. I always tell people it's a pretty simple thing. When I see the AD line, when I see more advances, more 52-week new highs than lows for a week, To me, that's a huge buy signal. What are you looking at that you're seeing the advanced decline line?
So over the last month, we had 4 instances where the decline volume was significantly higher than the advanced volume. And in the past, when that happened, 6 months later, the stock market was higher, and in some cases, significantly higher. And also, if you look at the NASDAQ, the 20-year average is the average that we have now in our valuation is approaching the 20-year average of the NASDAQ. So that's also a good sign.
I mean,
So she's saying there, with you compare the decline in the advanced, that how it makes a huge difference in the buying opportunity right now, and that's what they're taking advantage of.
there's got to be a sense at some point, I mean, that we're going to be near a bottom. No one's trying to pick the exact bottom.
Right.
When you get the all clear sign, where do you think you're going to be focused most?
So still for a while on value, just because we are in a prolonged inflationary period. I don't think there's any question about that. And growth stocks, or those higher value stocks, are definitely going to face some more headwinds. And when you look at relative valuations on the technology side, they're still only at about their 10 or 20-year averages. It's not like they're just cheap yet. So I think we
You
can
want
get
the pendulum to swing a little bit further,
Yeah, a
because
little-
it never just goes to the average.
Exactly.
Right.
And so I'd like it to be a little more where I would say that they're going to be the outperformers. So I'm still more heavily on the value side, just because it looks like an easier bet for the next 3 months.
So even when I think of you, I think about young entrepreneurial companies, but also technology in general. NVIDIA, they reported last night, you probably couldn't get any sleep. I know you tossed and turned. Then you woke up this morning and the stock was higher. You like, this is one of your favorite, isn't it?
That one of my favorites, and that's exactly right. Minus 10% after hours, up 6% now. I think the market's signaling that it's enough is enough with the selling. I think we're moving into engaging growth again. We're looking into PEG ratios rather than just PE ratios. And NVIDIA, if you compare it to big value companies such as Target and Walmart has 1/3 of the PEG ratio of Target and Walmart. So on a PEG ratio, it's really attractive.
Price to earnings divided by growth.
I'll tell you what, man, I love this Ava here. And you got to remember, too, that a lot of people during this market sell-off, they fled to value stocks. They fled to safety stocks, the Walmart, the Target, the Costco's, Lowe's, Home Depot. So that's where a lot of the big money is hiding. And that's why you could see where Target could drop 25% on one day because there's so much money inflated into those value safety stocks that once it starts to rotate out and come back into growth, we're going to see a huge change in the market.
You still like Constellation Brands?
It's my Memorial Day pick going into the weekend. Thinking about alcohol. So no, it's within the consumer staples. We know that sector has held up a lot better than many
Although
other.
the last week has been a little shaky, right? I mean, you had
Yeah.
some pretty adverse reactions to a couple of those names. And, I was just saying that this morning I was UBS put a sell rating on Kraft Heinz, which I find to be incredible.
Exactly, and that's why I'm picking basically drinks over food, because we've seen some
And a little bit of weed.
and a little bit of weed. Basically, a little bit of fun for coming up.
I know your family's watching, but a little bit of weed. Constellation Brands, they have made a big investment there. It hasn't paid off yet.
Yeah, and look, even without that, they're still looking at 9% growth, which for a consumer staple stock is a really good growth play. So it's just like a nice safe bet to be able to get through.
Before we run out of time, and I'll start with you, Eva, the Fed, are you concerned? How concerned, I should say, are you? Some people are concerned they're not going far enough. Others are concerned that they're going to go too far. Very few people have confidence they'll get it right.
Well, we're looking to see if there will be any extra shocks to the system. So as of now, we don't want them to be too hawkish, but because we are looking at their balance sheet too. And then if they are too hawkish, then we risk the scenario for extreme recession. So we think as of now, of course, they're late to the game, but 50 basis points is good enough for now. And then we go from there.
Nobody's ever going to be happy with the Fed, but
No.
they don't have a great track record of soft landing. So I think, the bet is probably bumpy, very bumpy.
Yeah, very bumpy. I like that one. All right, Aaron, Eva, thank you.
All right, so I can kind of agree with her there. The Fed can be kind of, you know how the Fed can be. But yeah, the Fed can be kind of really scary. So hope you all enjoyed this video here talking about that. I'm going to start trying to bring more of these daily, maybe every other day, come out with a kind of general stock market video, going over some interviews, giving my thoughts and opinion on it. And yeah, hope you all enjoyed today's video. Leave your comments down below. Do you think we're at a bottom? Are you buying into stocks? Are you just holding? You saving up cash? Or what stocks you looking to get into? So I'll catch y'all next video, guys. Peace.